Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here at the first gold medal match of the Commonwealth Games 2022 for the Sevens. It is going to be Australia taking on Fiji in what could be a very exciting game. Australia in their semi-final, able to beat the Kiwis 17 points to 12, whereas Fiji were able to beat Canada 24 points to 7. This one is going to be an absolutely massive game. Is it 10-minute halves? I believe it is still only 7 minutes. That I know of anyway, but I will let you know as soon as we know more information. Shani Williams, Faith Nathan, then it will be Lefel Osilia, then Charlotte Gaslick, Madison Ashby, Soraya Parkey, and Madison Levi, who has scored many tries for Australia throughout the Sevens competition. Then for the Fijians, it will be Boleki, Devaya, Nagasau, Alunasau. She has been brilliant as always. Naimasi, Riwai, and Donu. So two very strong starting lineups. Both sides want to win the gold. And Fijiana, after being able to get themselves a medal at the Commonwealth Games, they are looking to extend that and get themselves another medal in the trophy cabinet. But both sides making their way out onto the park. I believe we are going to have the national anthems for the teams, if I'm not wrong here. We've got the fireworks. At least, geez, they've really blown the budget on all of those. There are yellow, red, orange. There are flames. It's a better fireworks show than New Year's Eve. Yeah, the two sides, they are going to be lining up, and I believe there will be national anthem. So we will be a little bit later starting this match than first anticipated by the looks of it, which does mean that the men's match will start a little bit later than it was supposed to as well. But nonetheless, both of these sides rearing to go. Do let me know your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen, for this one in YOLO as well, says Gabriel Fiji. And also hello from Fiji, says Raul Khan. A very early morning start for us guys in the Southern Hemisphere. Nice, says Gabriel. And there as well. But it is going to be absolutely awesome to see who is able to take out this matchup. Fiji versus Australia. Fijiana, they are one of those sides that just play with a full heart on the line, heart on the sleeve, try your absolute best at every moment of the game. Whereas Australia, the team culture that these ladies have got, they just seem to always push each other to be their absolute best, which is why it's going to be absolutely awesome. See how it does go. And also we have got there what time Fiji playing against South Africa. It will be in about 25 minutes time when that one does take place. So I will quickly make sure that my live stream is scheduled for the right time on that one, because we're probably going to have to extend it a little bit further than initially thought, because it is going to be starting about 10 minutes later than it was supposed to. And let's go Fiji, says Robbie T. 28-0 for Fiji. And Fiji playing at 8 a.m. Fiji time, says Gabriel, although now it will be about 8:10 due to the delays, and it will be a close match, says 123 MS. I believe it will be, and it's going to be an absolutely awesome one to see how they go. And can we watch the game live? Sadly, we are unable to show match footage or audio due to licensing. So I do apologize for that, but hopefully some highlights will be up on YouTube straight after the match is finished. But Nagasau, she's looking determined. She wants this for the Fijiana side. And if Fiji win this, maybe it will be similar to what we saw with New Zealand. Both sides getting the bronzes. Maybe both sides can get themselves the gold. Fiji could be well and truly bringing it home if they get the win, that is. Unless it is the Aussies who do manage to get themselves the victory. Joker has said Australia, there'd be nice to see the Fiji men's and women's take out the golds. Says Nathan as well. Would definitely build up a lot of momentum heading into the Rugby World Cup. And Queen Kaslik to be crowned in England. And Sebastian there as well. Looks like someone's already had stitches just under the eye for one of the Fijian players. It is one of those games. It's very physical anytime the Fijiana side are out there. Their offload game is sensational, though. The likes of Aluna Sal, she is always there ready for an offload when it does end up getting received. But then Kaslik, she is a menace in the breakdown. She will turn over any ball that she gets the opportunity to. And then also with the Faith Nathan speed on the wing. And they have got Demi Hayes and Dominic Detoy, a little bit of experience coming off the bench as well. 9:50 in South Africa. Can't wait for the finals, men. Says 5-piece. And then we aren't too far away from it getting underway. But Fiji will have this ball on the halfway line. Holly Davidson in charge of this one. Wonderful morning and day to everyone. Happy August 1st. And there says Tips. Yeah, the fact we're already in August is scary with how quickly this year has been going. But now The time for talking, other than myself talking, of course, the time for talking for these ladies is almost done as they are about to make their way out for a massive game. Jeez, look at that. The Birmingham Commonwealth Games, that shiny medal. Everyone want to take home the gold. And that is what these two sides will be trying to do. It came, she can turn over my, no, says Sebastian. And we can't even watch it on the BBC. And you came from Ireland taking over, says Richard. And let's go Nathan, says Nathan there as well. And Fijian all the way. Or Fijiana all the way, says Davida, but it will be Shani Williams kicking off this game for Australia. And now the gold medal final of the Commonwealth Games is underway. Anti-climax, she's kicked it into touch and it hasn't gone 10. So it will be Fiji who have got the ball back on halfway. Like they're saying, nervous kickoff there for Australia. Just a little bit of a mistake. Both teams met in Pool B this weekend. Australia won 19 points to 12. Wait, did they? I don't think that stat's right. Fiji beat Australia early on, didn't they? I think they've got that round the wrong way. I believe it was Fiji who were able to get the win over Australia because they did break the Australia winning streak that they were on. Madison Ashby now going off to the side. It's going to be a nice step from Faith Nathan back across the Whakalesia. One more pass could be coming on the outside. She does give it off to Charlotte Cassock on the halfway line now. Big number 6 for Australia. Just try and go forward, and it will be the penalty in favour of the Australians for not being able to roll away now once again, recycling nicely. Soraya Parky off to Ashby. Big shot put into her by Aluna Sal. Shani Williams with the step as well. Missed tackle there from Nagasau. A little bit of early pressure here on the Fijians just outside of the 22. Soraya Parky off to Ashby. Another pass offload on the inside to Parky, who gets close. 2 metres out now. Ashby around the side dives. 1 metre now between Australia and scoring the first try of this contest. Soraya Parky has to go to ground. There's a tackle. They do need to release her. Wide pass. And Faith Nathan gets the first try of the match for Australia. And Fiji for the win. And also where they come on Fijiana. And too early 2 in the morning. It will be Fiji. Says it was Prathika in there as well. But so far, all possession has been going the way of the Australians. As soon as Fiji get a little bit more of the ball, you would think that they will be countering a little bit. But for now, Faith Nathan has been able to get in for the first try of the match for Australia. It's a tough kick from the touchline for Shani Williams. It has missed away to the left. And the score will remain at 5-0 in favour of Australia. Faith Nathan scoring 3 tries in the tournament. I believe the leading try scorer of this competition is still Michaela Blyde, sitting on 11. And it looks like Australia actually already making a sub here. No, they're not. They're just getting into position. Never mind. Now kicking off long. It's going to bounce into touch. So a decent kick down to the 22. Now Fiji will have the line out. But 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Still plenty of time. Come on, the Aussies. Says 5-piece in there as well. The captain, Nagasau. She's definitely going to have a big game. Same with Aluna Sal. 2 women who can certainly win a game for their side when it comes to it. Have gone 5 metres. Nicely done. Aluna Sal lined up by Madison Levi. It's a dangerous lady when she's out on the field. It's going to sit up. Fiji having to take it back into their own and goal area. And it will be a 5-metre scrum now in favour of Australia. A lot of pressure being put on Fijiana for the early stages of this gold medal final. Now, the loser of this game, I will mention they still get themselves the silver, which is absolutely massive. But, of course, both sides want the gold at this point. And New Zealand have confirmed themselves as the bronze medal winners for the women's and the men. And Fiji beat Australia, yes, says Robbie T. But, yeah, I think they got the stat round the wrong way a little bit on the screen because they did say that it was Australia who won 19 points to 12. But, yeah, Fiji were able to get themselves the win, although this time now Faith Nathan, she goes in for her second try. A little bit of a slip, and it does mean now that it will be Nathan running in her second and have 5-0 Australia on your scoreboard 30 seconds before they scored it, says Richard. And also 2-3 Maoris. An Australian side reminds me of Ireland, says Kipper Cronk. And also Dua Lady Tosa Vititoso, says Ski in there. Faith Nathan goes in, scores the try very nicely. Madison Ashby had the picture-perfect pass. And Nathan managed a wrong footer. We are actually getting relatively late in the night. I think Donu work that out with how slippery it was. She just completely lost her footing. And now Faith Nathan has made it 10-0 all by herself. Got kick from Williams, just drifting away to the left though. And it does remain 10-0 now. Shani Williams will once again kick us off for Fiji. They've only had this ball inside of their 22 so far. They need a good attack and run, and it might be a Lunasau who will be able to turn it around. But first of all, Donu has gone down with that ball. Rewai gives it off to the flying Fijiana winger, and a few more offloads might be useful for the Fijians, but it's a counter ruck there. She's thrown it from the ground. You're not allowed to do that. And now Australia once again get the penalty. Come on, ladies. Get to convert some tries. And what is the commentator's name? And there says 5 piece. I mean, name is Hamish, and this is Billy who wants to come up and sit on me by the looks of it while we are doing the live stream. He's decided that he's going to tune in for the gold medal matches. He's about to jump up. Maybe he's just going to sit and guys can't quite see him yet. Come on. You coming up? You want to come up? Just in the breakdown, a little bit of a mistake from the Australians. There we go. He has hopped up on the lap. And also the Berryman Farnell from Huntley Faith Nathan says it was Nathan there. Now the feed, it is going to be the Fijian penalty, taking the quick tap, and she's got off to a very good speed there. My cat looks like he's looking at my jugular, which hopefully is not what he's going to go for. Kazlek straight over the ball, though, wins the penalty, and let's go. And Norm Berryman says Nathan there. Faith Nathan might be receiving this ball on the outside as well. My cat is still lining me up. Maddie Levi does bump off one, tries to bump off another, but she's been dragged down nicely. Now back across. Madison Ashby goes to Kazlek. A little bit of a mistake from Shani Williams, but she manages to regather before she loses the ball. Now nice ball up to Madison Ashby. It will be another for the Australians. And I was going to mention Norm, says Cooper Cronk there, and also let's go, says Tups there, and also Australia says the Joker, and they are now sitting 15 points to nil, and this kick should go over for them as well. And it is so cute, rub his head in there as well, says Richard. So yeah, he is chilling out at the bottom. And thanks, Nathan, says 5 piece in there as well. It was a nice short pass from Faith Nathan. Goes to Madison Ashby. So she's actually had 2 tries and 1 assist here, Faith Nathan. Doing very nicely in the gold medal final for the Australians. Ball has been put down eventually. Yep. And the kick does go over as well. So now the score 17 points to nil in this contest. Gets a kiss from Faith Nathan as well. Very happy with the way that one went for Madison Ashby. Taking some deep breaths here. Kicked off high and waiting for that one to come down nicely. Taken, but a lot of pressure once again from Australia. This is kind of similar to what we saw between New Zealand and Canada, how it was our Canada were just stuck in their 22. Weren't able to go anywhere. And New Zealand kept on applying the pressure. Normally, Fijiana have a couple tricks up their sleeve. We haven't seen those as of yet, though. Boleki down the wing finds the offload on the inside. That is one of those tricks that I was mentioning, but it's going to be a foot race, and Faith Nathan was all over her, stopping her on the halfway line. Alunasau now offloads up. Fiji trying to break through. It is currently sitting at halftime. Once this game does have a stoppage of some sort. Beautiful backline there. Donu's dragged down, or Boleki it was. Oh, it's a knock-on on the ground, and that is going to be the halftime and this contest as well. Australia leading 17 points to nil. Faith is on fire right now. She certainly is. And also, I was going to use the Billy emoji, but I don't have access to it anymore. Is this what it feels like to be a series? Says Sebastian in there as well. Yeah, we did end up losing that Springboks one. Maybe we need to bring it back for the Rugby Championship. That would be quite cool to have there. And also, no good Fijiana. Here's Raul. Yeah, they have been struggling in the first half, 17-0 down in this women's gold medal final. Something that they certainly will want to improve on in the second half. And the Fijian women have no experience in finals, says Cooper Cronk. Yeah, the fact that they are in this matchup, getting at least a silver medal, for one thing, is absolutely huge for Fiji as it is. But for them to be able to make it through the second half, if they can fight back a little bit, would be absolutely massive for them as well. But Charlotte Kazlek trying to fire up the Australians. She knows the job's not done yet. Yes, they've got themselves the lead by 17. But Fijiana, if they get an early try in the second half, they can be right back into this contest. And Yako Robertson has said, hi, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Now, Australia, in their huddle, we are going to go like this and like this as well. There we go. I was just making sure that everything was still running smoothly, which it does seem like it is, which is always very useful. I will go like that. There we go. And also, where is Katie? She is not around, or she has not been around for weeks. Says Richard in there. I think it is the time zone wise, or at least that was what it was the last time that I did here, because the Rugby Championship, I think, is more in her time zone than some of the other matches that we have had recently. A massive improvement to make the final, says Nathan in there as well. But there are a couple people with painted faces in the crowd. That is quite an impressive one. I think that is kind of like a leopard with a rainbow on it. That man is just dressed as a shark. Strategic. And next week, Springboks versus All Blacks 2022, says Jaco Robertson. Yep, it's going to be a massive game, that is for sure. And we will be covering it live on the Kiwi Lads channel. Will be Fiji kicking off the second half now. It's gone up high. The crowd are currently singing Living on a Prayer. And it sounds like they're going to sing the whole song as well, trying to find the offload there for Fiji. Madison Levi gets the ball back for Australia, moving up to the halfway line. How's the crowd full? Our stadium, it does sound very full at the moment, and they are all singing a bit of Bon Jovi as we currently sit there. And now it's inside ball. Dominic Detoy. It's going to be a foot race. Aluna Sauer's got her and dragged her down just out from the 22. Even though they are down on the scoreboard, they have not given up yet. Australia take the quick take. Faith Nathan goes across to Ashby. One more to Kaslik with the attack and run. Out to Dominic Detoy. In fact, it's going to be Madison Levi instead. And she scores the try. And now it is 22 points to 0 in favour of Australia. Who's the favourites? Box versus ABs. I believe Springboks are the favourites to be able to win it. And Loving on a Prayer. So tired of that song, says Sebastian there. And also we have got their Box, says Cooper Cronk. And also we have got predictions for the Box versus ABs, everyone. He's not your everyday contest, and I think Box will win, says 123 MS. Of course, the Blitz Box going to be in action in only about 5 minutes' time. Going to be epic to see them play up against the Fijians. But the men's Fiji side, they will be sitting on the sideline watching this game, going, this is not what we wanted to see for this contest, that is for sure. But now we aren't too far away from this game being over and the next game getting underway. And also we got there Bon Jovi, or John Bovey, says not your everyday cultist. And also we'll go there to Tokavetti. You made it to the final, says Tups. And a jab of Madison Levi. She is sitting on 10 tournament tries for herself. Shani Williams will be kicking off this one. Still with 5 minutes left. And that one's gone straight into touch on the full. So that is about the second or third kickoff mistake from Shani Williams in this matchup. Now on the halfway line, Riwai takes the quick tap. John Bon Jovi. Or John Bovey says, and it was not your everyday cultist. I hear All Blacks rugby board refuses to answer if Ian will be safe if South Africa win both weeks. That's going to be the try to Fiji. They break their way through, and it is going to be Naimasi who goes in for it. And now with 4.5 minutes left. Now, I mentioned earlier on that they needed to try early on in the second half. That wasn't exactly early on, but it was still early enough to give them half a chance. 30 seconds for Fiji to be able to score that one. If they get themselves another, they could be right back into this game. Fiji needs a super second half. And also, let's go, says the Joker. And there as well. But the Fijian supporters in attendance are absolutely loving that try. And that kick has gone over. 22 points to 7 now in favour of the Australians. 4 minutes left. It will be Fiji kicking off. 4 minutes left. Does kick it high, and Fiji looking to retain this one. Just travels the 10, and Fiji will be bouncing up, and they've got it back. It is in the hands of Aluna Sau. She finds the offload. Nice work from Silikovetti. Now passing across Fiji. Got attack and run. Will Australia start to tire here, perhaps? Great offload. Once again, we're starting to see that Fijian flair start to come out here. And now 40 metres out. It will be Silikovetti once again. Passes it across field. Waiting for this one is going to be Aluna Sau. In fact, no, it's going to be going back in behind Donu. She's knocked that one on, though. And Australia trying to kill that momentum as soon as it started to build. Now, it's going to be almost is that a deliberate knockdown? I hope not for that one. But Faith Nathan gets hit hard in the tackle. She's gone down 50 metres out. Kaslik slings it back across to Detoy. Now Ashby. She's got Shani Williams and also Madison Levi on her outside, but she doesn't quite find her with the offload. It's a bit scrappy from both sides in this little period of play. Now Levi, 50 metres out, gives it off to Shani Williams. Now Dominic Detoy almost intercepted, but not quite able to grab that one. It's a knock on. They are set from Charlotte Caslick, and now Fiji will have themselves a scrum feed. And thanks for the commentary, Hamish. No worries at all. And we have got one more game coming up later on tonight. That will be the matchup between the Blitzboks and Fiji, and that will be kicking off in about 5 minutes' time. But what will happen is as soon as this live stream ends, it will be transferring straight over so you guys can see that next live stream. So I think it will automatically transfer you there, or be sure to check out the Kiwi Lad Sport and Detoy. Man, there's one of us everywhere. Says it was not your everyday culture. So yeah, Dominic Detoy there at number 4 for the Australians. Demi Hayes might not be too far off making her way out onto the field, I would think. And also they may go, I think with Tia Hines might get a chance for Shani Williams soon, and including the Spanish Union side. Nice, says Joker. And there as well. Okay, Madison Levi and also Tegan Levi, both Levi sisters out there on the park now. Toso Viti Toso. And there as well, says Jade. Now it is going to be available for Fiji. Attacking up the middle. Caslick not quite able to line up. Kavuru was able to dodge it. The cat looked like he was going to be going for me for a second, but he is watching the rugby as it falls. Another offload from Aluna Sawa. It hit the shin, but it also hit the hand of Baleki. Mistake made once again. And Blitzbox more like Chatterbox. And the South African women's are beautiful, by the way. Says it is what it is, and also good try, says the Joker. Just out of the hand. It did initially hit the knee, but then Baleki did try and grab it. It didn't quite work out for her. And it does now mean that it is going to be another opportunity for Fiji. 1 minute 40 left. Caslick asking for some sort of penalty there. Now, Caslick goes off to the short side. Madison Ashby. Faith Nathan now looking to run hard at the line, but she has been dragged down in a very good tackle. Caslick goes back across to Demi Hayes. Now Dominic Detoy getting involved. One more Levi. Gives it off to Dominic Detoy. There's another Levi sister lurking, but instead Demi Hayes goes back to Detoy. Now it's up to Hayes. Off to Caslick. It's another knock-on from Charlotte Caslick, which is a rare mistake. We don't normally see too many mistakes from her. Did South Africa have a women's team here? They did indeed. I think they finished 7th, just above Sri Lanka, if I'm not wrong, or they might have been a little bit higher than that. But maybe not. I think they might have finished 7 out of 8 teams. And also Springboks is All Blacks 39-17, says Yako. But Tim Walsh, they're pretty happy with how this one's going for the Australians. We're not too far away from them getting their hands held high as the gold medalists of the Commonwealth Games. But both teams met in Pool B this weekend. Fiji won 19-12. So they did actually switch it around, because earlier on they did have it that Australia won, but someone must have updated the typo and fixed it up real good. And now another offload. I believe that would have been the number 7, Thavuru. Another penalty to Australia. Now, I think Australia will look to kick this one into touch. Slow it down. You're already in the lead. Have a bit of a reshuffle in your back line and just take your time for this one, as you are just about to feel that satisfaction of getting yourself the gold. And also, well, next time Fiji will win, and Fiji will get the number 2, and they will have the silver medal, which is absolutely massive for the Fijian women's side, that is for sure. But now, does seem like Jessie Southwell making her way out onto the field. Sorry, still 30 seconds left. Also, it will be Tia Hines has made her way out there as well. And my score is Springboks 37, All Blacks 19. And All Blacks has better records in South Africa. Says it is what it is. Quick tap taken by Levi. 30 seconds left on the clock. Caslick. They want one more here for Australia just to prove that they are certainly the recipients of that gold. Tegan Levi taken down. Now Caslick goes back across the hands of Southwell. One more to Detoy. They seem like they are really starting to find some freedom here. If Australia had about 3 or 4 more minutes, I wonder how many extra meters they would have been able to make. It will be a Fiji penalty now with 4 seconds left on the clock. Optimistic, to say the least. It's not your everyday cultist, but now quick tap taken by Fiji, like they're saying. It has been pretty one-sided affair between Fiji and Australia, but there's still a chance that we see one last try from the Fijians before we see the men's take place. And just a very short time, that will be going to ground. They do have to release her. Now, once again, Fiji, they want one more. Lunasau looks for the offload. It was almost dropped backwards. Lot of pressure. It's a penalty, double blow of the whistle, and it's a yellow card for Charlotte Keslick. And does Oz beat New Zealand in women's 15s? It's normally pretty close, and they are actually going to be playing off in the near future, which is pretty awesome. We will get to see them go head-to-head. Is it a bank holiday over in New Zealand tomorrow, says Richard? Not that I know of. Anyway, normally I'm at home anyway, so that's normally nice and easy. Congrats, Australia. Better silver than bronze. Fijiana, great tournament, says Robbie T. Exactly right. And Fiji men's will take the gold, says it is what it is. Still going in this game. Currently a minute past the full-time siren. Fijiana don't want to give up, and that is kind of the spirit that they've had throughout the whole competition. Getting close. Australia just looking to get one last chance. Close to the touchline now. Dominic DeToy does wrestle her down. Madison Levi with the counter ruck. Still there for Fiji. Alunasau now going down. Southwell tries to turn it over. Unable to do so. Fiji find the offload. Currently a minute 13 past. They are just playing for pride now. The Vuru goes on the outside. The crowd don't want them to go home, and they certainly won't yet. For Fiji, big shot. Tegan Levi shunted off and got sent backwards. Now Fiji win another penalty. No, not Queen Charlotte, says Sebastian. And there as well. Now 1 minute 30 past the full-time siren. The crowd, they cheering or booing? I can't quite tell. I would assume that they're cheering. And now ball on the inside. Getting close once again. The offload up. Fiji will score the last try of the match. And it will be Donu who goes in for that last try. But nonetheless, we will be transferring straight over to our next live stream now, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Springboks, or the Blitzboks, taking on the Fijians. But I will see you all in a very short moment. If you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I will see you all